So yeah, this is 40 years accumulation, basically, maybe more. Buckminster Fuller says stop making stuff. There's just too much stuff made already, right? Waste of resource. So, you know, save stuff over the years just in case the world falls apart or something, whatever, but in case they stop making things. And then one young kid once told me, Charlie, they are never going to stop making things. And that one crushed me. Charlie, why are you saving shit if the kid is right? They're never going to stop making shit. So. And then my other guy, Wendell Berry, he says that we're all preparing too much for days that are never going to come. So these are things that are tempering me in old age. But my artist friend Gail had said, yeah, if you can't have it all, I don't need any of it. I'm with her. I got room, I can have it all. If it's interesting, I haven't seen it before. If I ever saw it, needed it, wanted, used it once, might need it again. One's good, two's better, 3 or 4 might be okay. And I told you, my friend, he says, well, why don't we just clean off a little 3-foot section of counter here or something and see how that would feel? And I said, wasted space. Counters, you're supposed to put shit on them, but I'm going to have empty counters. I have no idea what that's going to be like. It's the art of piling. I don't know. And again, I said everything, the house was totally empty 40 years, 42 years ago. Everything in here I've hand placed in here. Another guy's dad told him once, he says, you've got more stuff than one person should have. I went and bought a new $29 flashlight, big beam flashlight, and sure enough, I got to looking at the old one, cleaned up one of the terminals, put in a piece of fucking aluminum foil, and the flashlight started working. So now I got two $29 flashlights, which was strange because when I bought the new one and was so happy with it, I said, geez, I really think I want to buy another one because a guy should have 2 of these. And instead I fixed the old one and tickled myself fancy anyway. Lived in this one house we moved in where there'd been this old lady, lived through the Depression, old black lady actually. She had like 2 inches of grease on the floor because she couldn't bend over. And there's like silverware and a little bit of coinage, knives, forks mainly, buried in the grease on the floor when we moved in. We had to actually physically clean it out with a shovel. So that's what happens when you get real old and you can't bend over. Whatever hits the floor stays there. I've got buried somewhere in the house some of her, something I picked up from her during the Depression. They saved every little chunk of metal. So I've got like 3 quart jars, pint jars. I've got a little jar collection with all this little fucking metal that this old lady saved during the Depression or during the war effort. We're talking like the springs out of ballpoint pens. any little fucking chunk of metal that was anywhere, she put in a jar. And when I saw that, I said, fucking, that's artwork, man. Fucking to save all those little fucking chunks and put them in. So what if there's no, yeah, just random pattern, just the thought process. And this photographer gal I once knew, I asked her what photography is about. She said it was about trying to save time and space. You know, people wanted to hold an image. And one of her projects was she did herself at a photo booth, did that 4-shot photo booth thing for a year, and then put them all together in a big picture frame, signed it with artwork, and sold it for big bucks. Self-portrait over 12 months using a photo booth. Yeah, I didn't sleep for 2 days, basically.
Call from private caller.
Hello, hello. Who's calling?